Good afternoon, all of you. Welcome back to the course on System Security Lab. I was explaining about, we were seeing the demonstration, how the coding part is executing, and then we just analyze the outputs when we passing the input of 10 digit and how the input values are stored in a variable, and then how the shifting is done, how the permutation is done, how the final key generation is done, right? Similarly, I started explaining about the coding part, right? So here the first part here is that the declaration of the main function. Before that or prior to that, right, and there is an import of the required libraries, and followed by, so here we are declaring the variable which are in the array data type. So in order to fix the positions, right, so here we are using the two variables, which is p10 and then p8. So here these are the variables which is going to define how the output position are to be defined, right? So here the p8, which is a reduced key values of 8 bit from a 10 bit, and the position are that 6 7 8 9 and 1 2 3 4, as I mentioned earlier. So this can be customized by the user according to your algorithm, your convenient. You can just change the position of the bits, and followed by the second one is that p10, which is this is a permutation, right? After our the initial inputs are fed to the program, and this p10 are the permuted 10 values. I was explaining about with the different examples how the permutation is carried out, right, which is based on a transposition technique. Based on these positions are 10 bit value which are going to be reshuffled using this value, right? And followed by the temporary variables are the required variables to store the k1 k2 and then temp values, and then ls1, which the variable which we are going to store the result of left shift 1 for the first 5 bits as well as second 5 bits. Because so as we were discussing in the theoretical explanation, the entire data irrespective of the key or the plain text, which is going to be divided into two of. So here, for example, here I am going to consider a 10 bit key. So the 10 bit key which has to be divided into two of, each of consists of 5 bits. So here I'm going to take left shift of 5 bits as well as left shift 2, which is again of 5 bits, right? This is first half and this is a second half, right? So followed by, so I'm going to get the 10 inputs from the user, right, again, and followed by when I apply, once again, I hope you can see the screen, right? There is no difficulty in seeing the code block screen. All of you can see the code block screen. Okay, thank you. Now here, so here what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do the permutation, right? So which I need to check. I am initializing the variable which is I is equal to 0 and then less than 10, and for I plus plus, because our 10th value is the null, we already set it right here. The p10 is a null somewhere right here, and so the first 9 bits 0 to 9, which is a 10, right? So and followed by, and the I value which are going to be increased, and followed by this cnt, right? So here I'm going to take the I value which will be every the value which is going to be increased one after one, right? And the temporary value, temp of I is a variable. In that I'm going to store what of the input value which is there and count -1. Suppose if my value is equal to 9, and this count value, if it is a 9 and the 9 minus 1, so eighth position. So here I'm going to do reshuffle the values, right, based on the formula, based on the value which I've defined early, right? So again, so at the end, if this will come out, right, and temp I is equal to not is equal to null, in that cases, right, whatever the value which we have, right, your p10 key values which will be, this is the for loop statement to print all the values which is started from 0 and less than 10. That means that 0 to 9. So this character will be printed one after one through the loop again, which is in terms of integer value, whatever the value which is stored here in the p10, and that is going to be stored. So based on that p10 of I, so here the p10 of I which already we defined here p10, right, depends upon this, whatever the value which is present in the corresponding position, that is going to be printed here. I hope this is clear. So here I am using this value cnt, which is I am initializing cnt equal to p10 of I. So this is p10 value which I mentioned here, p10 of I, right. Suppose if my I value is equal to 6, and that sixth position value which will be placed here, right. So this is for all the values, whatever the input value which we are given for this, right, from this input value, okay, and followed by whatever the value which we placed, right, all the value which are going to be printed depends upon the position which has, right. And after that, is there any doubt till this part? Quickly can write in the chat box. If you have any queries, I can repeat it again. Any queries regarding the coding explanation so far, whatever I explained? Okay. The last, I can repeat it again, no issues. What about others? Okay, I'll consider on behalf of others, I can repeat it again. I hope till this part you might be clear. Now, what is this? This is, I'm just initializing the variable which is cnt count value which is 0. Now this is for 8-bit value. So initially I'm going to get a 10-bit input. Whatever the value which I'm going to get, so after permutation, this is going to define my position of the value. Say for example, if I enter 43210 56789, ये 10-bit value हो गया. So this is my input value, 43210 56789. Now this p10 is the permutation position, right? So here my p10 position will be 6789. 6789 matlab ye 6789, right? So if I start from here, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Sorry, if I start from 1, because the program value which I have started from the 1 here, right? So because there is I did not started the value with the 0, so here I am just considering 0 to 10. So here I can assume it is a 6789. So 56789, because so here I am defining that now what are the value which I have, right? Now first 5 elements will be the position of the 6789, and the remaining second half will be the first 5 position, 1 2 3 4 5. So here 43210 will come. So for that I'm just defining how my permutation to be carried out. So after that, so whatever the from this value, now this, if I talk about my p8 permitted 8 value, so which will be based on the position I mentioned here. the bit which is present the 6th position, 7th position, 8th position, and 9th position. So a 10 position हो गया. So from that I just ignore uh, 5 and 10. So this and so this two value I'm just ignoring it, and remaining 6 7 8 9 6 7 8 9. So this 6 7 8 9, so this will be the first value. So 4 3 2 1 and followed by 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4 में क्या है? 5 6 7 8. So this is my P8 value. I hope this is clear. For that, we need to define the position where how the permutation has to be done. So this is this P8 and the P10 are the permitted values, are permutation logic corresponding to the 8-bit as well as 10-bit. Okay, so in the input I am going to get a 10-bit 11-bit value. The last one is null and followed by k1 k2, right? I am going to have it for a 10-bit. Again, for a temp value I am going to initialize it for 11 bits. So and followed by this left shift as well as right shift, because if my key value is equal to 10 and that has to be divided into 2 of left 5 and then right 5. Are you clear till this part? Any difficulties to understand? So followed by, so here this is the value, this is the printf statement. In order to get the input from the user, enter 10 bits input and followed by this is the output and the 10th position 10th bit value, right? So here we are going to set it for 0 or null, I could say that, right? And now we are going to apply the permutation P10. For that, what I'm going to do is that, right? So I'm going to use the for loop, which I am my I value, which I'm starting from 0, and I value is equal to less than or equal to 10, which is 0 to 9, मतलब वो 10 आएगा, right? And I plus plus 1 for all the 10 values. And initially I'm setting the count value, which is equal to P of I, position of I, P10 of I. What is my first value? So here, which is 6. So here my count value here, which is equal to initially here I am initializing my I value equal to 0. So this is for repeat. I'm going to repeat this for 10 times. Keep in mind that the for loop, it always the number of time the process has to be run, right? And followed by the cnt value is the count variable. Initially I've declared it for 0 here, and now I'm going to assign the value which is equal to P10 of I, right? So here what I'm going to do is that the first value whatever which is there in that, as I defined, right? My P10 of I value, first value will be the 6th position. So here the 6th value will come and followed by I'll erase this some portions, I can repeat it, right? Now, so here whatever the value which I am going to pass, right, depends upon the corresponding position which I have, right, based on my the definitions, right? The sixth value here, it is written as 6, right? So why this cnt minus 1, which is, so here whatever the value which I am going to have P10 of I here, which is, say for example, my first value is equal to 6, right, which is Pi of 6, say for example, which is Pi of 6, which will be, so here I am going to store it in the 6 value, which will be input. What is my input value? So for example, this value, this is a 10 bit, right, which I mapped with the 1 to 10. cnt minus 1 matlab, so if my value here it is 6, जो भी value मेरा 5th position में है, so that will be a, so if I start from this 0 1 2 3 43210. So here 1, sorry, 0 1 2 3 4. Now this is 5. So 6 minus 1, which will be 5. जो भी elements है which is present in the fifth position, so that will become the first. Okay, got it? Why minus क्यों करना है इधर? CNT minus 1 क्यों है? Why it is? Otherwise what will happen? Otherwise I may need to assign it. So here I need to start it from 0 to 1. So here instead of that, if I use my P1 value, right, not rather 0 to 9, ये करने का जरूरत ही नहीं है. I hope this is clear. Is there any query regarding this explanation? Input of CMT minus 1, which is, so here in the input, in the permutation which is 6, I repeat, permutation में element position is 6, right? But input में, so here I am initializing that I value equal to 0 to less than 10, so which will start from 0 1 2 till 9, 10 bits. But my input value which I started from 1, so 1 2 3 till 10. So if my this p value which is equal to 6 means my input value which I need to start it from 0 to, I mean 1 to 6, so minus 1, which will be whatever the element which is there in the fifth position, so that will be my value. So according to this example I was talking about, 4 3 2 1 0 5 6 7 8 9. So here what was my value, which is sixth bit or sixth position, right? So this is going to be taken, this input value which is going to be taken, जो भी input में दिया, ये मेरा input का value which has been entered by the user using the printf statement. This is my input value, right? So if my p of 10, p10 of I value is equal to 6, मतलब input में this count value initially it will be 6, so count value 6 minus 1, which is fifth. So input character में, input string में जो भी elements है fifth position में, which will start from 0, 0th position, first position, second position, third position, fourth position, fifth position. So now this will become the result of P6. Now P7 का क्या आएगा? P7 with respect to the input, so input may 6 value which is 5 6 7, so this has to be repeated for all the element which present in the input. Got it? And similarly, so whatever the value which we got again, and that values are going to be printed again. So here we are storing in the temp value I 1 to 10, right? Again we are getting the value and then we are printing here, right? After 10 bits, whatever the value which you have in the temps and all the value which are going to be repeated. So everything we are writing under the for loop, right? So here this is the value after P10, so which is permutation 10. Is it clear? Okay, what about others? Any difficulties to understand this part? Okay, so if you are clear, then I can proceed to the further explanation. So for what we did, we got the 10 bit input value, and then we did the initial permutation with respect to the 10 bit values. Now what we need to do is that we need to reduce the key size from 10 bit to 8 bit. For that we need to divide the values into the two half. So here this is for performing the left shift operation, right? First half of the temp values, whatever the value which is stored, right? So here the temp we have the values. So now this is for the first five values, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is less than 5. So we are going to work only on this element which has started from 0th position to 5th position, right? So if my I value is equal to 4, if this is my I value which is equal to 4, in that position I'm going to store the value of the position which present in the 0th position. Got it? So for example, if I repeat this process, so now this is P10. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What I'm going to do is that, right? I'm going to do it if my I value is equal, if I double is equal to 0, this, if this is my I double is equal to 4, means I'm going to replace this value with whatever the value which is stored in the temp 0 which is 5. So here I'm going to replace with the 5. Got it? And followed by else again. So we are going to replace the value I is equal temp of I is equal to I plus 1. Okay, so here 0th element will become the first element, and then followed by this, right? So here the temp value which will be increased by temp value plus 1, right? And very similarly the second half of the data, so here I'm going to consider it from 6 fifth position, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The same operation here I'm going to perform, right? If my last element is, if my I value is equal to 9, I'm going to replace that value with the fifth element, whatever the element which is stored in the fifth position, right? Otherwise I'm going to repeat, I'm going to increase the value, I'm going to just replace the value which is whatever the there in the next position. This is a simple left shift operation, right? Temp of I is equal to temp of I plus 1, right? And followed by whatever the value which we have, right? I'm going to just print after ls1 and whatever the value which we have stored in the this corresponding temp. Similarly, right? And our p8 key will be, so here I did some changes and followed by, so here it is a 10-bit value. Here I did not do any reduction in this explanation. So here we have a 10-bit value which we stored in the temporary values. From this, now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to reduce it to 8-bit value. So for that, what I'm going to do is that, so for our 8-bit keys and followed by this is the for loop for 0 to less than 7. So that means that which will start from 0, 1, 2 till 7, right? So followed by I'm going to print the values which is percentage d and p8 of 8, whatever the, it is completely based on the position which we defined in the beginning. Do you remember that? So p8 of I, which we defined the 8-bit positions, right? Similarly, how we did here in this part, give me a second, I'll just scroll it up little. So if you recall this, what we did here in this part, the same logic here we are going to apply with respect to the 8-bit for logic. So here I'm going to initialize the count value, CNT value, which is P8 of 8. So here I'm going to consider the K of I value, which is temp of CNT minus 1, because the count, the P8 value which are initialized to 10, I mean which has initialized from 1 to 8. So here we have the, in the temp value which we have the values which is from 0 to 7. So for that we are going to reduce the value, and followed by whatever the value we have in the corresponding K1, I'm going to display it. I'm going to put the values in the variable. Similarly for K2 also we are going to repeat the same operation, right? So here this is the combined key. So here I did not add the part for the K2, right? We can extend the similar kind of operation can be extended, so that so we can generate a complete pair of key which is based on the logic which I have explained so far. Any difficulties, any doubts regarding the explanation? Okay, thank you, and I hope I explained it better. And if there are no more further query and you are free to execute your program, I can share the write up. Sorry, I can share the link through which you may submit your write up now. I'm sharing the link in the chat box to upload the write-ups. This is the Google form link through which you need to prepare, you need to execute the program and take the screenshot of the output, whatever you are getting, and prepare the complete write-up and upload here. So from the last lab, it is observed that only even after the multiple instruction, only few students they uploaded the write-ups. The first experiment response was near about 50 and 40 and 35, again 30. So that was the statistics. If you are not submitting the write-ups by end of the day, I'm not going to mark you the attendance. I'm going to consider absent only. That is also the final decision I supposed to take if you're not following my instruction. What else I can do? I'll keep this coding part open if you have any further query, so I can explain it. I hope I've already shared the program with you. And once if you're done, and start uploading the write-ups in the chat box. Any queries regarding the practical explanations, whatever we executed today? I'll stay in the meeting. Sorry, I will stay in the meeting. You are free to execute the code and let me know if you have any difficulties to execute the program. The aim is a program to generate a DES key. Okay. Otherwise, you can write implement the data encryption standard key generation process. So there is an additional program with this DES encryption, which is based on the DES implementation. So we may discuss that in the next practical. But before that, I can share the code with you and commits. Okay. I have the code with me, but I need to upload it on the drive. Otherwise, you just take it as an exercise, right? You just come up with a code for the data encryption standard implementation, whether it's respective of C language, C++, or Java language, and we'll discuss as well as execute in the next practical. So both these two combined experiments will be considered or will be the part of experiment number 5, 5A, 5B. 5A will be the DES key generation experiment. 5B will be our DES implementation, right? This is the complete plain text as well as key generation part. Syed Rakib, Syed Rakib, unmute yourself. Syed Rakib. Syed Rakib. If you are not responding, if you are not answering, you will be removed from the meeting. Syed Rakib. I repeat. Syed Rakib. Syed Rakib, are you listening to my word? Am I audible? Others can respond. Am I audible? Okay, I am removing Syed Rakib.
I hope you are all executing the program, right? You can take your own time to execute the program, execute the code. I'll be available online, and you can call me at any time in case if you have any difficulties to understand the code, or if you find any difficulties to understand the logic of the program, right? You can execute the code and prepare the write-ups. By 4:30, you need to complete your uploading of the write-ups on the link which I have given. If you want, I can share the link again. This is the link through which you need to upload the write-up for the experiment which we performed today. Any queries? Any doubt? Abid, you can log in into the moodle.rcoa.co.in where you will find a link, a Google Form link for all the experiments which we performed. You will get the sample code also. Okay, I hope you got my answer. Abid, log in into the Moodle account and move to the course on System Security Lab. Inside the course, you will find the code, whatever I am executing the during practical, which are already uploaded in the Moodle account. All the coding part, all the experiment submission link, which are posted in the Moodle account. You can log into the Moodle account time to time. If at all I forgot to share any links or any resources, all the resources, all the study materials, everything is available on Moodle account. So if at all there are no more queries, then we are coming to the end of our today's practical. And I hope you are all executing the program, and I'm expecting the write-up soon.